So up until the last minute before I left on my trip to go down to see the Mayhem racing, I was still trying to decide which Mustang to take down there. I ultimately decided just to take the zinc yellow GT as it was. When I go on trips like this, I have a lot to consider, whether it's what tires are on what car and which car I want to leave in a parking lot down at the racetrack and stuff. Now the GT does not have air conditioning. Those lines were broken out of it when I got the car. So I had ice water in this cooler, and I would just wring out a towel of it on my neck, and it was doing pretty well. And I stopped halfway to Vegas and checked out the car, made sure everything was good. I was actually thinking that without the air conditioning condenser in the front, it actually probably has better flow for the radiator anyway. So I had to stop and get some treats for the racetrack. I just wanted to sit back, enjoy some races, and have some fun. When I'm at work, I'm always thinking about what I want to do next. I'm thinking, am I having enough fun? Do I want to go to the racetrack? I always want to go to these mayhem racing events, but sometimes I'll talk myself out of it, and there's always reasons to stay home or just hang out around town, spend the money driving my car around town normally and eating out and stuff. But I wanted to take the GT on this trip, and this is a really special trip for this GT if you know the history about this car, because it was completely wrecked and parted out, and I got the engine for it down here in Vegas. And so I wanted to go on another road trip with this car and take it back to where I got its engine and just kind of enjoy my hard work. The only thing I did notice about the GT when I got down there was just this little inner fender well piece that was hanging down, kind of flapping around here. So I'll have to get to that later. I just kind of bent it and tucked it up in there for now. That was kind of weird. And so other than that, it made it straight down there to Vegas perfectly, and I got gas and it got 21 miles to the gallon, so everything seems to be running pretty well. And it was just awesome to take this car down there and enjoy it and have some fun. So we're going to watch the races. We'll go over here to the racetrack. I was a little bit early, I'd rather be early than late, but I just wanted to plan out this road trip, and I had to meet up with family at a certain time before I left and everything, so it made me get out the door earlier, and I got down there a lot earlier. So I basically sat for an hour in the stands and just relaxed and waited for the races to start. And it was kind of cool to see the GT out here in this big parking lot. I got some nice footage of the car out here in the big parking lot, and I love that bright zinc yellow. It looks really good out here in the parking lot. And so I did look over and notice that there were some cars there early. There's always people who get there super early because they want the best track prep at these events, and they make an effort to get there and be the first in line. So you can see over here, there's this beautiful red Hellcat first up in line, and a big group of cars actually. I didn't expect there to be this many cars an hour early to the race event. So I'll walk through here for a second, let you see some of these cars, and then we're going to get over to the races. These Hellcats are pretty cool. It's nice to see them there being used and raced. Fun to hear the superchargers scream on these. I was thinking a lot about how when I used to go to the racetrack, there were Terminator Cobras everywhere with the superchargers whining, and it was just fun to go and see all these different Cobras. But now it's the Mopars that are making the big demonstrations at these events. They have a good following, and they're representing pretty good. Every time I go, there's a lot of Mopars. So there were still some cool Coyotes there, which I really enjoyed seeing as well. And there's going to be a couple neat ones to look at here, a GT500 and one of these with a VMP blower. Here's another Hellcat with a big Whipple supercharger on it. I was excited to see this one go down the track, but it was just a good trip to go down there with the GT and enjoy. I thought it looked really good here in the parking lot, and there's a lot of times where I just want to go drive my car around and have some fun, and so this was a good excuse to get out of the house and go down and enjoy a road trip and enjoy driving the car and being out at this nice evening. I love it when the sun starts going down, and it's really nice around dusk. And it was over 100 degrees on the drive down, so it was pretty hot, but it was nice once it started to cool down. So here we are at the track, and you can see the sun starting to set. I sat in the stands with my cookies and started relaxing and enjoying. So here's the races. I really expected a lot out of this big Whipple Hellcat, but he seemed to have a lot of trouble. This next car up is pretty neat. I got a little video of it out here in the parking lot. Before it goes, I'll show you what this is. It's a 18 to 23 Coyote with a nice set of wheels on it, and it had the 265 liter supercharger on it. So that's the Roush charger, and basically it's like the VMP 2.65 liter, and it has a smaller pulley. I'll look at that in a second. I was wondering what exhaust it has, because you'll see it's kind of quiet. This JBA exhaust. That's what it looks like it had on there, and it had a smaller VMP supercharger pulley on it, which was actually surprising. It was a 2.8, so that's actually pretty small. So we'll see how it goes. 1195 to a 1220.
Of our track crew, they will make sure that we get you in the right place at the right time so that you can go have a little fun on the racetrack. Again, remember, if your car is going to run anything quicker than a 14-second run, you're going to have a helmet. If you brought a helmet with you, you might as well put it on.
fun time. There's a Subaru out here in the parking lot and my bright yellow zinc Mustang GT. So looking good out here in the parking lot. Always fun to walk back to a great car to drive home, and I did enjoy the drive home. Awesome moonlit drive. Lots of really fun desert driving on this drive home, and I really enjoyed it. The GT just did perfect. Just cruised right home, no problems. Nice smooth sailing all the way home, with the moon as the beacon to guide me home. So pretty cool. As I got close to home, I stopped in a smaller town to eat a little bit, and there was this white 96 to 98 Mustang GT that was in the parking lot there. Kind of an interesting body kit on it, but at least cool to see somebody enjoying their Mustang. And I just cruised home and enjoyed a very nice trip and listened to music and had some Gatorade to drink and stuff, and the GT made it home perfectly, and it was a great trip, and it was a great experience with the car. So I really enjoyed that little road trip. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for more Mustang content.